Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to get a Tyflow animation to follow a path. So what we first want to do is create the kind of path that we want the Tyflow animation to follow. So under the Shapes panel, and I'm going to select Helix and just create a path that I want Tyflow to follow. So maybe I want there to be a few more turns, so maybe I'll do 4. So once I have finished my helix, I'm going to go over and put a Tyflow icon in. I'm then going to go to the helpers and change standard to Tyflow and put in a Ty icon. So I'm going to move my Ty icon so that it is more centered with my helix. So now what you want to do is open up your Tyflow editor. So under modify, open editor. What you first want to add is your birth, and you want to change your ending to maybe, I'm going to change mine to 50. And then per frame, I'm going to move it down to about 5 particle births per frame. Next, what you want to do is create a position icon. So drag and drop it under birth. And you want to pick the Ty icon that we created. And it has selected it. So what we want to do next is add the speed. So drag and drop under position icon. Once the speed has loaded, we want to do it along icon arrow and then pick, and we want to again pick the position icon that we have on the screen. So next you want to create a shape. What shape you want your falling geometries to be. I'm going to create a 3D. Maybe I'll do broken glass. So what you want to do next is in your display, change the type to the geometry so that the geometry falling is the shape that you have chosen. So because we want all of the shapes that we've created to kind of look more real and realistic, we're going to include a PhysX shape underneath shape. And that just means that when you turn on your animation, it's a bit more realistic, the way it falls. So now to get the shapes to follow the helix, we want to put in a path. So if you go tab and you start typing path, we want to do path follow. So when it has loaded, you want to pick the helix or the path that you've created so that the shapes know that that's the way they have to go. So to help the materials move, we need to do a send out. So if we go tab and do send out, and then connect the send out to the path follow, you can see that the materials have already started to kind of follow the path, but not quite exactly the way we want to yet. So because in the animation you can see that they're following the helix, but not from this top point and going around, that would be because maybe the force is too much, there's too much gravity dragging them down. So we'd have to add a slow above the path follow. So when slow loads, I'm going to set the velocity to something higher. I might do 100. And then when we watch the animation, we can see that they're starting to follow the helix, but still not quite perfectly. They're still a bit off. They're not following the spiral exactly. So if you go back into path follow, under the velocity of spin, I'm going to set it to 0 and see how that looks now. Still not quite there though. So the trick here is to just play with the follow velocity and attraction velocity until you've got something that's working. So it does take a little bit of fiddling before they start to follow it exactly. So as you can see, it is working, but they're not quite going in the direction that we want. So the way to fix this is to maybe reposition your tie icon. It might need to be rotated or repositioned above somewhere that is where when they come out of the position icon, they're going more towards the direction we want them to go. So once you've repositioned your position icon so that it suits better, I had to move mine down so that it was going along the helix. Then you can see that it's not quite going the entire journey of the shape and the speed and the position icon. If I go ahead and press play on my animation, you can see that I have got it going all the way up the spiral, but it's still quite messy. That's just easily fixed with path follow. If you go to path follow and then maybe we change the acceleration to 70%, it's going a bit slower up. So that's how you get your object to follow a path. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you enjoy trying it out for yourself. Thank you for watching.